aggrieved is used in this section, which was section 7, recall, carry different connotation depending on whether the decision being appealed from relates to a request for enforcement or to the application for a special permit or variance. An individual who appeals from the grant of a special permit or variance must sue to protect his private property interests from allegedly detrimental effects of a project contemplated by the special permit or variance. Enforcement proceedings may be brought by residents and citizens generally to compel public officials charged with responsibility of enforcing the law to do so. So we do not.
It's an FAA Part 121, and all of them have certain specific things that they can do, but they have to maintain their airplanes. Now, you know, airplanes got just like a car. You got to be able to change the oil. You got to be able to add an oil. So we minimize those to what we call routine maintenance. But if he's going to do an oil change, like on an airplane, I think that's maybe 5 or 6 quarts, there are certain requirements that are very strict that the oil has to be contained. Once he put it in like in this case, a 55-gallon container, that oil must be removed by a certified environmental company within 3 days or maybe 72 hours. So those are the types of restrictions that you put in, and there are certain restrictions as to what the type of drum they can be. If you place it on the floor, it has to be in a containerized environment. So you put those restrictions in so that at least, again, under their provisions of what they are authorized to do without hindering their operation. I guess that's the best way to try to explain it.
Sure. I mean, does anybody, are there spot checks to make sure that these types of things are being done?
Absolutely. We get inspected by the town, we get inspected by the Cape Cod Commission, and we get inspected by DEP on a routine basis.
And through the course of your tenure with the airport, have you been advised of any potential groundwater spills or contamination as a result of regular operations of these types of facilities that you're aware of?
We had some couple of minor ones since I've been here, like an airplane overflow. I think it was on the north ramp, but not on the east ramp. I don't know of any that have occurred on the east ramp, not under my watch.
Thank you.
Deb Crow, and I have the opportunity to chair the Hyannis Water Board. And we are also represented by the town attorneys, which is a rather interesting situation here where the Airport Commission, the Zoning Board of Appeals, and the Hyannis Water Board all have the same attorney. But anyway, we are very, very much concerned over the groundwater protection areas. It's only recently come to our attention that the municipal buildings, municipal land is not under them, as we thought we were very much protected by the zoning. We have been guided to indicate that we must rely on leases. That's all we have to rely on. We can further go on and ask the Board of Health, which we are doing, to provide construction requirements for anything that's built in an overlay area. And we have not, as the Water Board ruled out, asking for some possible changes in the zoning bylaws to give us some more protection. But we've been instructed by our lawyers right now that we have to rely on the leases. We very much appreciate your questions. We are concerned over FAA regulations overruling what we have in the leases. We think that is possible, but right now we're having to work with the Airport Commission and with their environmental committees to try and protect this. Our problem is that cleanup costs a lot more than prevention, and so we are concerned. And in a letter we sent to you when this was originally held, we asked if there was anything you could do to enforce the spirit of the zoning regulations that were in 240-35. We continue to ask that. We are pursuing everything else that we can do as we've been guided that is legally within our realm to protect the groundwater. You're correct, Mary Dunn 2 and the Mary Dunn wells. If we have a power failure, the Mary Dunn wells are out, all of them, because we don't have enough motor generators on them. We're equally concerned with the Mahar fields, and so anything that you feel you have within your power to help us would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.